Not only is inflation top of mind for Latino voters, but a new NBC poll shows they're not happy with how Democrats are handling it. The survey shows 23% of Latinos put rising prices at the top of their list of priorities. Now, that's more than the broader public, which sees threats to democracy as the biggest risk. Now, that's key because it appears to be contributing to a shift by the Latino community away from Democrats and toward Republicans. We recently spent the day following a conservative Latino advocacy group as they knocked on doors in Virginia's 7th congressional district, potentially one of the bellwether races in the midterms. The Libre initiative sees inflation as a potential opening for the GOP.
There's no question right now that the cost of everything is impacting Latinos, I think, in a very real way. It's causing a lot of hurt, a lot of pain, and I think the candidate who can best speak to how they're going to address that issue is going to best persuade us. And so right now I think the Republicans have the upper hand.
Now, that sentiment tracks with the results of NBC's poll. Most Latinos still identify as Democrats, but the share is shrinking. And Brian, they give Republicans the edge on handling the economy. Back over to you.
It's a big deal. And one does wonder, Ilan, you know, if there is a shift from Democrat to Republican, does that shift last then for years or generations? You know, that's going to be the bigger story than just November.
Absolutely. I mean, this is something that we saw start to take hold around 2016. It's particularly apparent among Latino men, Brian, not just in terms of what party they affiliate with, but also turnout was higher than expected among Latino men. So not only is this population identifying more and more with Republicans than Democrats, but they're more engaged as well.
Yeah, certainly. And it's not just, I would imagine, Ilan, and I don't want to go down sticky roads here, but a lot of Hispanic voters are probably Catholic or raised Catholic. There are social issues that are at work here as well. Inflation may be the top of mind, but we can't put aside some of these social issues that we talk about every day in the mainstream media.
Yeah, so there are a lot of Latino single-issue voters on everything from guns to abortion to crime to immigration. But I thought it was really notable that the top two issues that Latinos said were most important to them were inflation as well as jobs and the economy by far. So this is something that is really sort of driving this new engagement by this population, though certainly those things such as abortion, guns, et cetera, have always been there in the background.
But listen, immigration and the economy go hand in hand. And the surprising thing is, and I certainly am not speaking for any other community, but just from polls and surveys, there is a lot of resentment economically around some of the illegal immigration that is occurring now from a population that may have struggled to get here and gain their citizenship. Is there not? This is not a one-way, and it's not an easy issue to understand either.
Yeah, I think that there is strong feeling on both sides of this among the Latino population. That's certainly true. There's also a strong feeling around sort of the dreamer population and what should be done with them. Should there be a pathway to citizenship? The Libre initiative has been very vocal in calling for that population to have a way to become permanent residents, permanent citizens in America, but certainly not everybody believes in that. So that's another polarizing issue. And I think it's really important to note that the Latino community is not a monolith. It's not one single voter. There are many different people from many different countries that upbringing, that heritage, that culture.